Greetings, beautiful friends. Happy Monday to you. Here we are for our usual Monday check-in and our Mastering Your Mindset session. Before we get into pulling cards, I use 4 different decks of cards for these sessions. I like to just kind of share with you, contemplate, riff a little bit about what's happening with the phases of the moon. When we get into this idea of mastering our mindset, the other sort of underpinning of all this is to actually really know who you are. I actually feel like that's the thread through all of our subjects or vibes of our own life purpose, is to know who you truly are deeply. And one of the best ways to do that is to actually be aware of the cycles of the moon. The phases of the moon affect us whether we are aware or consciously tapping into that wisdom or not. So all that being said, this is a very powerful week that we have a very powerful lunar influence. The last full moon of 2024 arrived yesterday, and it is in the sign of Gemini. So when it's in Gemini, Gemini is all about duality. And this is one of my favorite types of influences is when we talk about duality, we think about the inner and the outer, the being and the doing, the up and the down. So when we have this, Gemini is also very much about communication. The ruler of Gemini is Mercury. Talking about Mercury, the other auspicious thing that's happened is we have just finished the last Mercury retrograde of 2024 also, and Mercury went direct at the same time as this full moon in Gemini. So now we are tapping into the fullness of resolving and letting go that which is not authentically us. So this is a time for us to just contemplate on being aware of the times where it is really important to be unapologetically, authentically, completely 100% you. That's on one side. And knowing and accepting and being aware of when it's time to be a wee bit flexible. So this is about adaptability, which is actually an interesting part to have this as the full moon too, because adaptability was my theme of 2024. So this feels like a pulling everything together. Full moons are about the resolution, the coming to the harvest of what it is you've been looking for. So with all that being said, this is a time to really look at what are you taking forward with you into 2025? What are you saying, I'm ending cycle, I'm letting that go? And doing it maybe with as a ritual or a just a very conscious, aware piece, because as we do this, this is going to bring us mental clarity. And of course, mental clarity is going to be kind of underlined underlined, emphasized, that's the word, because communication is going to be flowing. You know, when we have a Mercury retrogrades are awesome because they can slow things down or make things repeat. But then as soon as they release the hold, then it's like, okay, now I'd have the verbiage, now I have the clarity, now I know what words are correct. And that actually helps us, step into that awareness of when is it time to really, stand your ground, or when is it time to be a wee bit more flexible and flowing. So all this being said, I'm going to shuffle my cards. We're going to start off with the letting go guidance system. And this is very important because whenever there is a full moon, you see, with the full moon, the light of the full moon shines the light on all that is not required anymore, all that has served its purpose, and now you can say, I let it go. So that's what this is, letting go. Now, you may have other things that are coming up that you're realizing. Maybe it's letting go intentions that you've been working on over the last 6 months. How have the intentions that you perhaps set 6 months ago or a year ago, because this is a time to slow things down a wee bit in order to assess, are you still moving towards those things, or are you saying, you know what, it's not working for me, or I thought it was going to be different, or there are other things that have come to light that I want to evolve with, or to bring into creation. So all that being said, let's see what guidance will come to us for what can we set the intention to let go of. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is letting go of the propensity to care what others think. Where does that show up? Are there conversations that you kind of say, oh, I have to censor myself, or I have to filter myself, or I have to show up in a different way? When we get too caught up in this idea of caring what others say, are you playing too small? Are you dimming your light? Are you, not bringing into being that which is what your calling is? So check into that. Letting go of the propensity to care what others think. And I did say a moment ago, with this duality of the Gemini full moon, there are times where you're going to allow yourself to be flexible, but it's by your choice. It's not because, oh, I need to be flexible because I don't want to be judged or labeled or thought poorly of, if it's going against the grain for who you truly are. I trust that makes sense. If anything I say in these sessions confuse you, discombobulate you, or trigger you, and you realize you need a wee bit more guidance or support, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. This is these sessions, and why I'm so committed to doing these with you, is my intention, my purpose, is to help you really access that inner wisdom. It's always there. We just have to sometimes do a wee bit of a reset or change things in order to actually acknowledge it and access it. That's what I've said to you before. The answers you're looking for are looking for you. So sometimes that means to get out of your chattering mind and get into your heart space to actually feel and receive the guidance. So as I was riffing on that idea, I was shuffling my tarot cards, and interestingly, it's the Five of Cups. So that's an interesting one. Five of Cups is a reminder that if things are not going the way you want them to, or you're feeling a wee bit discombobulated or confused, and this is going back to that duality, when things fall apart, maybe it's so other more auspicious, more on track for you are falling together. And the symbology of the Five of Cups is always, whenever you're looking at what has not been, there is always things that are. And so can you turn your focus, if things are not going the way you'd like them, maybe it's time to just acknowledge that, say thank you, I'm in the right place at the right time. What is? Where are my upright cups? So feel into that. And be aware. I think there's another piece in this whole polarity idea, is that our head can sometimes be telling us, oh, this is not good, this is falling apart, this is, you fill in the blanks. And yet, maybe when you drop into that deeper awareness, that heartfelt space, that you can kind of go, wow, this is actually falling together in the most auspicious, most perfect way for me. So just feel into that one. But like I say, if you need some support or guidance on this one, let me know. And now I'm going to, I know these are a bit loud in your ear if you've got headphones on. These are thick cards, but this is the Intuitive Whispers cards. I like to use these with these Mastering Your Mindset sessions. This is perfect. Oh, that one came up again. This is interesting. Duality. So the first one, your mind, your body, and your soul, your Trinity. So what can you do? This is beautiful. Like when we're looking at that your communication to and about you, being adaptable, being flexible, but also tapping into your divine Trinity, your head, heart, and higher self. So are there intentions that aren't serving that anymore and you can let them go? And are there intentions that you want to spark up and move forward with? Because look at this one. Let your ship set sail. So as we're doing this letting go and maybe looking forward into 2025, maybe it's time to start planting some seeds or contemplating that as I let things go and flow forward, then we are on track. That which you are desiring is desiring you also. And so this is the one I was chuckling about because this has come up. I think this is like the third time this has come up. Split your focus. So split your focus. Could you split your focus into listening to your head but checking in with your heart? Could you split your focus between your right rhythm of being and doing, intention setting and putting it out to the universe and allowing the universe to co-create with you? These are all aspects of splitting your focus. Because sometimes we can get a wee bit too stuck with our blinkers on and not actually realizing we are spiritual beings, first and foremost, having this 3D, this physical reality or this experience. Take a deep breath. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it? Take a deep breath. Just about ready to set you off into this amazing week ahead. And if you haven't already chosen a one-word theme for 2025, maybe this is time to start letting that percolate. What do you wish to create more of or be more of in the upcoming year? And if you need more guidance on that, let me know. I have a handout to help you with that one. Okay, we're going to wrap this session up with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. And this is beautiful. It's I am realized. You are realized. Let me read this out to you. I trust my intuition and apply what I already know. Studying is important, in brackets, and fun, but it's important to realize that all I truly need is within. And may you acknowledge that and see that and communicate to that, to you, to your heart. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. I'll be back again with you next week. Much love to you.